can't make it is able to see it. And we're going to keep this pretty informal. I will jump into the platform. I'll share my screen and show you the platform. And then if you have any questions as we go, let me know. Or once I've, gone through it a little bit, if you want to ask me any questions or make any comments, I am happy to answer those. So let me share my screen here. Where am I? Oh, they've changed things. That's interesting. Here we go. Okay. So once you've logged into the platform and you're on your own personal homepage, this is what it'll look like. This is what mine looks like. You can see that I've posted a few comments already in different communities. Um, I'll get into a couple of the main things that this does, but really the best thing about this is that it enables you to access any ILN member pretty much at any time. Everybody that we have in our database is now in this system, and they are all available in the directory. So let's look at this sort of one at a time. This is very similar to LinkedIn. So you can share something, you can write a post here, and then you can decide where that's going to go in one of these groups. You can see we've got a number of different, what they call communities, which is the overarching uh, thing that they call the groups. And then within each of those groups, there is an individual subgroup. So let's say we want to do something in community engagement. We'd say something like, hello, everyone. Welcome to GlueUp. And that can be public, or you can decide that you're going to share that with a specific audience. So in this case, let's make it public. It'll be anyone using the communities. And so that's anybody in our communities. Or, you can change that to be members in an organization or only you. So that's the post privacy there. So we'll publish that and it'll go just into that community. Speaking of the communities, that's going to be what I think is the most important thing for all of our members to use and interact with. I have all of the communities here. We have 6 total. There are community engagement, our regional groups, our specialty groups, strategy and growth, knowledge exchange, and professional development. So let's take a look at what those individual communities look like and what the groups are within those communities. So this is our overarching community engagement group. As you can see, there's 85 people in here already, which is great. The idea behind this is it's a hub for relationship building. It offers members a chance to connect beyond just the legal profession with some personal experiences, your shared interests, and lighter conversations. So this is just really a general platform, a general space for you to use, and you can use it however you'd like to. Under here, we have our book club, the book club does meet every other month on Zoom. And so we'll be putting everything related to book club in here now, which is also nicely going to cut down on everyone's emails. Same thing, we've got, movie clubs. So if you want to share movies in there, and things you're watching, things you're interested about, feel free to use that for that purpose. Runners and Wellness, our running group meets at every ILN conference, but what I think would be great is if you could talk about your own running experiences, other types of wellness. If you're going to a new place and we've got members from that place in our community, you can say, what's the best running route for me to use? And similar for travelers. So this is just our very sort of social group, and that's really the purpose for that. The next, we're looking at our regional groups. This is, again, the overarching regional group for the network. And then within that, we have our different subgroups. What I would say the use of these is we're not going to restrict these to people who are just in those regions. So let's say that you're in Europe. Obviously, you'd want to be in the European group, but if you're also sat in the US, for instance, and you do a lot of work in Europe, it makes sense for you to hop into this group and talk about things that might be of interest to those folks. And you can really post anything you want. You can post photos, you can post videos, you can add documents. So if there's something you'd like to share with everybody that you think would be of value to them, this is the place for it. And you'll be able to see all of the participants in that group here, as well as any files that have been shared within the group. And that's the same for all of these. We've got Latin America, Middle East and Africa, North America, Asia Pacific, and Europe. Similarly, the ILN specialty groups, we have a space for every specialty group that we have here. To make a note, these groups are not inclusive of every practice area that ILN members have. So if you find that there is an area that you'd like to focus on that you think we could just create a community for, we'd be happy to do that. It's not something that we would necessarily have members meeting at in conferences or doing virtual meetings, although if there's enough activity, we'd absolutely be happy to do that. But if you feel like something's missing, go ahead and let me know and we can just create a group underneath that header. And again, we're going to use these groups for discussions of topics of interest, things that you might want to share. We do have, as I mentioned, quarterly Zoom calls for things like the banking and finance group. But if in the interim you want to talk to other people who are in those groups, you can feel free to do that. And then we
How do
have,
you actually, how do you join a group?
you should, so if you are in the way that we have it set up is almost all of the groups are public. So if when you go to your homepage, you should see a list of every group as you scroll.
Right. I see those, but how do you actually join?
So if you click on that, it'll take you to the group and you can just click on any one of them and you'll be in it.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. And I've added everybody to the overarching communities, so everyone should have access to this. There are a couple of private groups, which I will share with you, and you won't be able to see those at all. So, for example, we've got just the board of directors and the board of directors and just the executive committee and the executive committee. But we've made member recruitment a public group because we love to have everybody's help with recruitment. So if you have thoughts on that, firms you'd like to suggest to us, areas that you'd like us to look at as a priority for recruitment, stick that right in here. So that's open to everybody. We also have knowledge exchange. This is more specific to sort of, you know, general legal topics. So things like, if you want to just talk about cross-border assistance, so things like looking for multi-jurisdictional RFPs, if you're looking for collaborators for complex matters, obviously we want you to go through the typical referral channels. So if you have a question, you can reach out to me or to Jay and find out who makes the most sense to talk to. But if you have something that's a little more general and you'd like to talk about it in specific, you can use that here. We have a legal technology and innovation group, which I think is going to be a great space to talk about things like AI, how people are using AI. We just sent out a quick email about that recently. So all things like that in the future will live here. Operation and strategies is, diving into the business of running a successful law firm, topics like finance, succession planning, marketing, all of that. So a lot of these are topics that we would traditionally cover at an ILN conference, and we will continue to cover them there. But this is a place for people to ask those questions and discuss those topics in between conferences. So you don't have to wait for being in person with everybody else to get perspectives from other members. And this focuses around recruitment, retention, and culture for your firm. So we have the separate ILN recruitment, but this is for your firm, as we know that this is a really important and hot topic right now. So things like hiring trends, associate engagement, how you create environments where lawyers and staff can thrive, can all go here. And then finally, we have a general professional development. We're going to have a group that's just for the ILN ambassadors at each of the firms. We'll move our managing partners group here, our next gen, and our women's leadership group. And again, if you feel like any of these would make sense to add another group, we're happy to do that and facilitate that. And if you feel like even, Jay and I don't belong there, that's fine. We can have that be a private group without me and Jay. We don't have to be in these groups to facilitate your discussions. And so whatever you feel like makes the most sense is happy. We're happy to support that. You also, another nice thing is you have access to a member directory. So here on the left-hand side, you've got a bunch of different buttons. One of them is member directory. You can see all of the firms that we have in the ILN. You can search them by name, contact name, city, country, or region. So let's just say you're looking, you need somebody in Austria. So that'll bring up our Austrian firm Brown Ice, and you can go here for more information and you'll see their administrative contact, where they are, email address, and you can reach out to Andreas. And you can see when they also join the ILN, which is really nice. And then we're also going to be posting our events here. This will be all of our events. So this will cover ILN conferences, in-person conferences, all of our webinars. You'll be able to register right through here, all of our specialty groups. And this will also then create a page that allows you to connect with the people who are attending those events. So we don't have anything up here yet. We will as soon as we get those updated. And this will enable you to connect with people in that event, sign up for things, and see anything that's coming up for the future for the ILN. On this tab, you can see your membership. You can see it will be your firm name and then who the people from your firm are that are participating in that. You can see your membership dues year. All of this will be the first of the time that your firm joined the ILN up to your ending date, which for everybody except for me and Jay will be the end of the calendar year. And you'll also be able to renew your membership right in here, which is going to be really nice. This is hooked into our banking system and our QuickBooks, so you'll be able to renew your memberships directly within this platform. And you can also see your subscriptions. This is the groups. Oh, see, I should be in all of these groups. This is a way to subscribe to all of these groups. So actually, Amy, that's probably the best place for you to find them. So you can see, oh, actually, no, that's not true. This is all of the email lists that we have. Sorry, that's a different thing. So if you want to go into subscriptions, you can see all of the email lists that the ILN has within these groups. And then you can just click this button and that will subscribe you to that list. On the flip side, if you're in a group and you think, I don't belong in this list, like I shouldn't be in mentorship, you can also unsubscribe and that will take you out. So we are looking to use this platform in lieu of a lot of our emails that have been going out. So the nice thing for all of you is that you will get a lot fewer emails. So it will be only the important things that will go into there. So you'll get those. And then we don't have any committees, so you don't need to worry about that. And this also shows if you want to put a payment method in. This is more for the people who will be managing your firm account, but also if you're subscribing to, say, an in-person event and you want to pay for it, you can add a payment method there, which is very easy to do. So some of the other things, this will tell you right at the top what you're registered for. This will tell you, any connections that you have. You can send your business card to other members in the network if you want to connect with them directly. You'll also see who you've received your business cards from. And then you can handle all of your site preferences, sign in and security. You can link your existing, if you have an existing GlueUp account, you can link it there, but you can also link things like your LinkedIn profile, Google profile, Apple, and Twitter if you have those. And then site preferences is also going to be, that will help you decide like what your the general site looks like for you. But important, I think, too, is notification settings. So this will tell you, if you want to get a weekly digest for everything that's happening in the ILN community, or if you don't, it may be helpful to get that weekly digest only because if you don't remember to regularly check in on this platform, you're not going to notice the things that are happening. But if you want to make sure, you're not getting inundated with things, you can uncheck things. So if you want to post for each community or group, you can check that. This is how it defaults to. So just know that unless you go in there, you're not going to be able to change this. So this will give you, this tells you whether it's going to appear in the notification center, which is this little bell up in the corner, or whether you'll get an email about it. And then this will tell you, what your dashboards are. So right now you can see if I look here, these are my notifications, but I can also look just at ILN notifications. And this tells me, people are requesting to join these different groups and I can approve those. So in this case, we do have the communities as being approval only, not all of the communities, but the specialty group ones, which will help to reduce who is in there. So we make sure that people are in the right groups. But otherwise, every group will be automatic approval. So you can see I'm just approving everybody to go in these groups as they want, and then you'll be automatically in those groups once I approve it. So what questions can I answer about this? Is there any particular feature that you'd like me to show you? Um, Anything else you want to know or take a look at?
First, thank you, Lindsay, because I see that there are a lot of topics that we can manage from here, and so I do like it. So thanks. One small question is about the when you register for an event online or a conference, whatever, then it's connected also to our calendar. So I can put it here and find it in my calendar, or I have to double register on Outlook, in Outlook, for example, or whatever.
That's a good question. I will. Okay, we do have this. I will get into that in a minute. I will check and see if you can actually download it and put it into your calendar because obviously that's ideal. I think,
It's not a big deal, but just it could be easier maybe if you just put on calendar and that's it.
yes. No, I agree. I'm wondering, I will check with them and find out if that's the
Okay,
case because I know that's something we've always wanted to do. And even if it's just an upcoming event that you haven't formally registered before yet, that would be really helpful.
okay, perfect.
Yeah. I should mention this, we do have an event that we're calling it an event. This is the best way we can do this. And we're going to put our referrals in here. So
Okay,
once I have my head around exactly how this works, I will invite everybody that should be including referrals. So basically you would start a check-in and you should sorry, be able to oh, this is the my side of this, not your side of this, but you should be able to
I
answer
should try and then let's see.
exactly. So you'd be able to put in um your own referrals in here. So I just have to figure out exactly how that's going to work before
Okay,
I send it out to everybody. We've got a couple months before the next set of referrals questions go out, but that should be the case where you'll be able to get in here also and just add your referrals.
okay, thanks.
Lindsay, it's Anthony. So if you want to, let's say you've got a bit of collateral that the firm has produced, and you want to just upload it, how do you do that? And where would you do it?
So I
If you
would
just want to sort of
say
publicize basically to get it into circulation.
yeah, absolutely, because I think this is a great opportunity for that. So I would say what you would do is it depends on what the collateral is. So I would go into the communities and let's say that, it's relevant to a particular area of the law. So I would go into specialty groups, maybe. Sorry, my dog loves when I'm on the phone. Maybe go into the corporate group and you can share with them. And when you create a post, you can obviously put in a link, and that's totally fine. So if you have a link that goes externally to the group, that's fine. Or if you want to add, a file to that or an image or video to that, you can do that as well. So we'll use an example of something on our website. Um, let's pull one of our IP posts. And I would say, you know, we want to talk about, I'll go into the IP group and say, take a look at our most recent ILN IP Insider post and share the link and then hit publish. So that's going to go into the IP group there. You can see that. So
Yeah.
something like that I think would be good. If it doesn't fit into one of the specialty groups, you can put it into I would say the general ILN community engagement post and just say, this might be of interest from our firm to your firm, and we'd like you to know about it, whatever else you want to add around it.
Okay, thanks.
Sure.
But Lindsay,
Yes.
hello everyone. Sorry. When we do this, when we put the content, does it ring a bell to the others, or we have to go into the platform on our user to see what has been published?
So at the moment, everybody has notifications defaulting to getting a weekly digest. So
Okay.
it may not tell them immediately that the post is there, but everybody who has
Okay,
logged
but
into
once
the
a week is
platform
okay.
will get once exactly. And I think, that's plenty to remind you
Hmm.
how often you should be checking in. Yeah, so for example, I posted something the other day in all of the groups and Ipanti liked it. I did get an email notification that he had liked that post. So that my notifications are set to tell me about everything. So you can go in there and change your notifications
And
to
change
make
it.
sure that
Okay.
it's as much or as little as you'd like it to be.
Our I've I've been I entered and I was creating my profile. Uh, I don't have it's a question. Um, is it preloaded? Any of these notifications once a week, the digest, it's already done because I haven't
Yes.
seen it. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That
Okay.
part's preloaded. So once you officially claim your profile, it should automatically send you those notifications. So I went
Okay.
to think I went to, is it here? No, that's my subscriptions. I will figure this out. When I go to my profile up here and go to my settings, and then you go into your notification settings, this is what it defaults to. So you'll get a weekly digest notification if somebody sends you a business card, if somebody comments on your post or replies to them, anytime they like one of your posts, if a community is activated or deactivated. So anytime we create a new community or remove a community, same thing with groups. If there's a file shared in the community, if a post is pinned, when your post is then reshared, and then if you're tagged in anything. And then this is since I assume that GlueUp knows everybody doesn't want to get a post every single day or every time
Hmm.
somebody posts something, they default to unchecking that.
See, it's Amy. Does this come in through GlueUp in our email or does it come through ILN?
It will come through your actual email. So it will come in, it will say, so let me show you.
Yeah, will it show
It's
say
a list.
GlueUp or ILN though?
It will say GlueUp, but it will have um, it will say International Lawyers Network. So it's no reply from community@glueup.com, but the name is International Lawyers Network. And then you'll see um, that will also have our logo at the top.
Thank you.
Yep. Anything else I can answer?
We already received from yesterday. From yesterday, I think the email I received was already from this Glue no reply. And
Great.
it shows ILN, International Lawyers Network.
Perfect. That's what it should do. And I know a couple of people have said to me that they haven't gotten their activation email. I reached out to GlueUp to find out, what might be causing that because I've asked everyone, to double check their junk folders. So if it is the case that you haven't gotten your activation email yet to get in there, let me know and I'm working with them to make sure that we get everybody inside and connected. So everybody's been loaded into the system. It's just a question of then claiming your profile and making it the way you'd like it to be.
If we want to add up someone from the office, can we do it? Or
You
we have
can
to
do that.
reach out to you?
Yes, you can do that. I think if you go, the person who can do it is the person that is named with the ILN as your finance person. So if you are the person who gets the ILN invoices every year,
Hmm.
then you can do that and you will have the ability to add them. But if you're not, you won't. And that person will either have to do it or you can just ask me and I can add people.
Okay.
That's easy
Okay.
enough.
Okay.
That's probably the easiest way to do it. But yeah, we're giving everybody a little bit more control over their profiles. Every firm will have one person who is that person, and that should be part of your profile. If you are not that person at your firm and you want to know who that is, just let me know and I will tell you.
But one question. The idea is that all lawyers from each firm are registered with this platform, or only the ambassador, the partners, or whatever?
Everybody.
Everyone, you mean?
Everyone that we have in our database is in this platform.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they already are. You already put the list,
Yes.
inside? Okay.
Yes.
So all of my colleagues should have received this email for the registration?
Correct.
Okay. I will
Everybody
double
that
check with them. Okay.
yes, unless we don't know about them. In that case,
No,
they
no, no.
do.
Okay. But
But as
we
long as
gave
we know
you,
about
let's say,
them,
the
yeah.
updated list. So if you use, let's say, the yearly updated list that we provide you with, I think this is okay. Perfect.
Yep. Correct. Correct. Yes,
Thanks.
because the idea is that we want to make sure that everybody, since membership is a firm experience, we want to make sure that everybody within our member firms is able to engage with the ILN throughout the year, especially
And
since a lot of
directly,
them aren't
so
able to.
not through the ambassador. Perfect.
Exactly. And a lot of them aren't able to attend conferences. You know, it's not practical to send every member of a firm to a conference. So this allows you to have that experience and connect with people in a way that's more proactive and helps show the value of the membership. The
Perfect.
other thing that we're going to be doing, and we're starting this on Zoom, but we will actually be doing it through GlueUp in the future, is what we're calling ILN Connect. And that's basically going to be like a speed dating session for members. And it's open to everybody. We'll do it on a quarterly basis where you can come in, you'll get about 15 minutes. You'll be paired up with another ILN member and you can talk about opportunities that exist within your jurisdiction for people in other jurisdictions. And then you'll swap to another member and so on for, you know, a couple of iterations of that. So the first time that we do it, we are doing it on Zoom because we had already announced that we had plans to do that. We already have a lot of people registered for that. So that's what we'll do the first time. But after that, GlueUp actually has that ability within their platform. So we'll be doing it in the GlueUp platform, and they make sure that you don't get matched up with somebody in your own firm. And it makes sense, you know, they'll do it automatically so that you won't get matched up accidentally with the same person again in the same session. So that will really give people the opportunity to meet a wide variety of ILN members, and we plan to do that on a quarterly basis.
I have another question. Probably you already explained that, but just to be sure, also during the conference, we will use this tool. So we will not use
Correct.
the other app, but everything will, the organization, timing, events, whatever, social and business activity will be listed here, correct?
Correct. And the nice
Okay.
thing is, what I'm going to do for the annual conference coming up is I'll create an event and put everybody in there who is already registered. But in the future, when you register through the platform, it will automatically create a list of everyone else who's registered. So as soon as you register, you'll be able to
You know
see
everything.
who
Okay.
else is attending. Exactly. And then you can use it in very similar to the way that that you use the conference app, which is that, you know, there'll be documents in there that we will put in for the ILN. You can comment and share photos from the event, and it will create its own private community for the people who are attending that conference.
Super.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And
We should
just,
only put a limit on Melissa's photos, I think. Otherwise,
yeah,
there
I
is no
mean,
room
I have
for.
to find out and do that. Yeah, yeah. But
Good.
what's nice too is you can use this on your desktop or you can use it on mobile. So either way is open to you. And because you can use it on mobile, you also have access to all of the members while you're traveling too. So even if you're not attending a conference, but you're just going to something else, you can, you know, look up who else is in the directory here, and just say like, oh, you know, I'm going to be going to Belgium. And what's the firm in Belgium? And it's on Debant, and you can reach out to Carol and connect with him because you're going to be traveling to his city and you want to reach out. So that's possible too.
Perfect. Thanks.
Anything else?
Lindsay, is there an app that
Yes.
you can download?
Yes. Yep. So you can use this on the mobile version. I believe you have to, let's see what this said for GlueUp. I think you have to download the actual app.
What's
Uh,
it called?
I think it's called GlueUp, but I will confirm that
Okay.
because we didn't whitelist the.
Because there is My Glue from GlueUp, then there is
Yes,
GlueUp
that's the one.
Manager,
Yes.
not
Yep.
GlueUp Manager, so because
No,
there are
my
two
glue.
different.
It will be my
My
glue.
Glue from GlueUp for the
Correct.
first one.
Yep.
Okay.
I should download that too. I don't have it yet.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'll send out another note about that so that everybody knows if they'd like to download that. I'll include the link for that. All right. Any other questions I can answer?
Once
I guess we,
registered, probably I will write a lot of email, but for the so far I'm fine. Thanks.
yeah, I guess we have to start using it.
Yes, I think
I-
once you get into it, you'll think of other
That's it.
questions that you have, and other ways that you can use it. So that will be really important and helpful to you. And if you have any questions, as usual with everything with the ILN, just feel free to reach out to me, and I'm happy to answer those. And if any of your colleagues have questions too, you can pass them on to me or Jay. Jay and I are both learning more about this as we go, but we've also done a lot in the system already.
Lindsay, how many have registered for it so far?
I have put in everybody, which is just under 3,000 people. But in terms of those who are using it, we're just under 100. So the most is in the regional groups, which is 94.
So we've got a bit of a way to go. I mean, will there be like more email reminders that go out to all 3,000 to
Yep.
sort of keep reminding them to register?
For sure. And we're planning on doing things like, sharing some best practices for how to use it, the couple of steps you want to take when you first register, the value that you can get out of it. So we'll definitely be sending out more reminders to get everybody in there.
Great. Thanks.
Well, yeah, and when we start using at the office ourselves, and then we say to the others in the office, you have to use it. It's a good tool. It will gain some traction.
Exactly right. Yep,
Yep.
exactly right. And what I like about this too is it's obviously not limited to your time zone. So very similar to like any other social media platform you use, you can post something and we can, stay connected with those in time zones that aren't exactly convenient to us. So I think this really is a great tool for us as an international organization. Okay. All
All
right.
right.
Okay.
Well, thanks everybody for
Thanks for
joining
the
us
moment.
today.
Lindsay,
Thank you.
one short question. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, not
Is there a possibility to connect or to make a contact with everybody of the ILN members in the list? Because if I search my contacts, there's nobody. So is there an easy way to get everybody in my list?
I don't know if it's an easy way to get everybody in your list. That's a good question, but I think like you can go into well, that's your business card. I think if you go into the member directory, maybe, let me check on this. And there are ways to send your business card to people, but I'm not exactly sure how that works. So I will figure that out. I wonder if, let me
Perfect.
just jump into the communities for a second, because it may be through the communities that you do it. So if I look at the participants, yeah, so if you, here, let me share my screen again real quick. So if you go into let's say community engagement, and you go to the participants, you can see all of them. So you see Aaron's in there. You can go here and you can either view his profile, you can send him your business card or a message. I'm assuming only I can ban people.
Okay.
Hopefully we won't have to do that. But so let's say so we view Aaron's profile. This tells us a little bit of information. I can say I'm going to send him my business card and that will connect us.
Okay, and if you would send him a message, it would be through the app, or would it be through an email that I receive on my corresponding email address,
It would be through the app.
like on LinkedIn as well? Yeah.
Correct. Yep, correct.
Okay.
Yeah. And so that will again send you a notification that you have a direct message. But you can also just check in on the app if you want to.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure. Aaron's going to wonder why I sent him my business card.
But he's there, so it's fine.
Correct. Yeah, and he knows me, so he's not going to think, who is this weird person? I mean, he might think that anyway, but yeah, no, he should get that. Okay, great. Anything else before we go? Amazing. Thank you all for joining us. I will be sharing this recording with everybody, and we'll be building up these groups over the next few weeks and months, and we look forward to engaging with all of you.
Thank you very much. It was a
Thank you very
pleasure seeing
much.
you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Take
Bye-bye.
care,
See you
everyone.
soon. Bye bye.